Hey good people, this is Ahmed Minawa from Minawa Tube, and today we're going to talk about the latest update for the tourist visa to come to Thailand. There is some updates, there's some good news, and starting from next month, April 2021, there's going to be some changes for the quarantine, and I'm going to explain for you exactly now who are the ones who are eligible for these changes. So let's start the video right now. So the good news is that now you can come to Thailand and only spend 7 days in the quarantine. I know some of you are like, okay, what's the difference there? You're gonna spend days in the quarantine anyway. So this is actually very good news for the people who are willing to come to Thailand and spend the 14 days. But now that they know that it's 7 days, you just have to wait for 1 month till April, and then they will be able to come to Thailand and only spend 7 days in the quarantine. That means less money and of course less suffering in the quarantine. You're totally free to move around in Thailand. So that is a big plus. I see it as a big plus because Thailand moves very slow with this regulation and this law, and this is just a huge jump because they would have taken much longer than that. People were expecting it to happen maybe in June, when most of the people in the Western countries would have got the vaccine already. But what is the thing? Like, who is the one who is able to come to Thailand now and just spend only 7 days in the quarantine and then be free to move around in the country? Not everybody, of course. It's only the people who have vaccinated in the last 3 months. Of course, if you have vaccinated and came directly to Thailand, you cannot enter. You have to vaccinate and no less than 14 days before coming to Thailand. So after you get your vaccination, after 14 days, then you can come to Thailand and be considered as somebody who has taken the vaccine. And not more than 3 months. Like if you have vaccinated and you spent over 3 months, they would still have an issue with you. So it has to be between that time, between 14 days and 3 months, and then you come to Thailand, and then they'll consider you somebody who has been vaccinated and has the vaccine for the virus. Then after, they'll give you the option of you staying in the quarantine for 7 days only. So that is not for everybody, by the way, and I have to say this right now so I don't forget it. Not everyone has this option that they can, even if they vaccine, they can stay 7 days. Africans are not considered or under this law. So not everybody has this privilege of getting the vaccine and come to Thailand and just spending 7 days in the quarantine. Actually, they excluded all Africans, the whole of the continent. They are not allowed, even if they have the vaccine, they have to stay in quarantine for 14 days. So let's see, maybe this will change, maybe towards the coming month, but that for now Africans are not included in this. It's only the Western countries and other countries in the world, of course. So if you have the vaccine, of course no less than 14 days and no more than 3 months, you can come to Thailand and just spend 7 days in the quarantine. And also they are trying to make another law, which is like, even if you don't have the vaccine but you have a negative test, they'll make the quarantine no more than 10 days. But that is still not very sure, so maybe it can happen, maybe it can't. But the main one is like, if you're vaccinated and you come to Thailand, you're free to stay in the quarantine for 7 days. Then after, you're free to move around and roam around as much as you like. So for many people who had to come to Thailand by any means, less money and less headache. So that is a very good news for people who are willing to come to Thailand at the moment. Now for those who are actually not willing to stay for 7 days in the quarantine, is there an option for them? At the moment, no. So no matter what, you have to stay in the quarantine, no matter what nationality, vaccinated, not vaccinated, negative, not negative. It is, you have to stay in the quarantine. So that's not an option for people who are not willing to stay in the quarantine. I know a lot of you are tired of staying home, lockdown, and they want to come to Thailand. And what is Thailand without going outside and enjoying the walking street and enjoying the beach and enjoying all the beautiful nature? But you have to wait a little bit. The rumors, and this is rumors, are saying that it's gonna start by October, November. They're gonna start allowing people, when they come to the country, not even staying in quarantine. They can just go directly. Let's say you come with your passport, go to the immigration, and just go directly into the country, go wherever you want. But that is from October, November. Probably they want to see exactly whether most people are vaccinated, or they will choose specific countries to allow them to come. That's considered one of the high seasons here in Thailand, that part of like between November, December, January. So that will be a good time for them to start. It doesn't mean that everybody is gonna come and it's gonna be crowded. No. So I think even if you wait and wait for the regulations to disappear and less requirements, I think in the beginning there's not going to be a lot of tourists coming to Thailand. So still you will enjoy what I showed you on my videos all along, like how empty the places are and how you can enjoy the places without pushing around tourists and stuff like that. I think in the beginning, if you come in the beginning, as soon as the requirements are removed, you would actually enjoy that too, because I don't think many tourists are going to come to Thailand until at least mid 2022. So that's it, guys. That was a little update on the quarantine rules and the changes that happened to the quarantine rules. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the ones who are willing to come to Thailand are now feeling like it's more suitable for them to come to Thailand at the moment. And if you like this video, press the like button, subscribe, and please comment down below. I will leave descriptions down below for you to know more information about this new regulation, but it's starting in April, so keep the date in your mind, so in case you're making any plans. Thank you for watching.